Okay, that out of the way. Out of the way. Holy hell, my pronunciation is being fun today. So, second chapter of Journey Down. You are go, and I have again played this once before, so boom with the autosave. I wish to enable subtitles. Yes.
Report, sailor.
Oh, we caught something in the net, Captain.
Finally. We might not have to starve to death in this blasted mist after all. All right, let's see what we've caught. Reel it in, Joe.
What kind is it? Is it a big one? Can we eat it?
It's an airplane. Ah, release the net. Thought we were saved. Scrap salvage is the last thing we need right now.
But sir, what if there's food in there? Rations of some sort.
Oh, cake! Maybe it's full of cake.
Go ahead. Reel it in and get your cake. I don't care.
Ouch! I told you it was a bad idea to have a palm of cacti in an airplane.
Don't diss my cacti, man. It's not their fault that you landed on them.
Well, maybe if you hadn't crashed the airplane, I might have considered not sitting on one.
Oh. Yeah, great landing, Buona. I'm glad you're still alive, so I still have the chance to strangle you! Master pilot, huh? Enter?
Hello. Funny thing.
So, let me get this straight. We're simply stuck out here in the mist?
I'm afraid so. This ship isn't going anywhere. That lighthouse got us. No idea where to steer. We're just gonna have to wait it out. If you're lucky, it won't be more than a couple of weeks.
I can't believe this. Is there really nothing we can do?
Well, if we knew our bearings, I guess that'd be a good start. But we don't. We've always relied on the lighthouse for navigation.
Buona, you're a pilot. You have any ideas?
What you need, lady?
Our bearings. We need to find out in which direction the ship is heading.
Ah, no worries, Lena. You can always count on Buona Chatters.
Great. I'll take this opportunity to catch up on some more reading.
How the heck am I gonna figure out what direction?
And you have control. So, this chapter is going to be substantially longer than the first one. Just, fair warning and all that. So you can see now that we are on the Biko. SS Biko, I think.
It says Pico.
And yeah, we sort of went over the edge in the plane and crashed, and everybody screamed like a cat tied to a cruise missile. And yes, I totally love that phrase. Because cats. So yeah, our task is to find a way to get to, I think, not this point actually, but the city, closest city, which will turn out to be Port R2, which may or may not have something to do with that R2. I do know my friend. I do know he's a fan of Star Wars as well. I honestly don't know though. But I digress. We can speak to Joe and Lena for some information, so let's just go and do that.
Hey, Joe, what you looking for?
I'm trying to catch goods from Port Artune, or another vessel, or anything that might help us get back to port. But all I see is darkness. And that there buoy, of course. We're gonna stay moored to it until fall, so we don't just keep drifting away. Could be today, could be in a week.
Can I help?
Well, your lady friend was onto something. If we somehow can figure out our bearings, we might just have a chance of getting out of this on our own.
What is this place?
You're on board the MS Beacon, an eel trawler lost somewhere in the big super mist.
No, I don't think they discussed it too much in the previous chapter, but they use eels to basically make alcohol, or yeah, intoxicating beverages. There will be reference to eel rinse as we go. Just think of that as moonlighting, if you will.
So this boat catches eels?
Sure, it's the only thing we misters can do. Hunt for eel. Ain't nothing else out in the mist as far as I know. Full of darkness. Cold, wet, darkness. Problem now is we can't catch jack in this thick mist. No eels get stuck in a static net. And we don't dare move.
Oh yeah, the mist thing. I think I might as well explain that. We're not on solid ground here. Seriously. This ship is floating on the mist. Or, well, floating on mist. Or in, through it, whatever. Just goes to show that when you play computer games, don't ask just any questions, okay?
What is the mist anyways?
I have no idea. It's just there.
Is there no water down there? I can't hear any waves.
Nobody knows what's down there. We're not supposed to ask. If you start asking those kind of questions in port, you'll get busted in no time. We don't talk about it. But boats just kind of float. That's all we
Yeah.
know. Catch our eel.
We don't talk about it. that's that's your moment of zen for today.
So, what happened to the lighthouse?
Beats me. It was fine when we left port. And about a week ago, when I woke up from my shift one morning, I couldn't see. And we've just been aimlessly drifting since.
Catch you later, Joe.
Kiwana,
I'm pretty sure I meant to say K with an A. But I think I digress a little.
How you feeling, lady?
Oh, I'm doing my best to distract the seasickness with this book of yours. And it's actually working. Your father, Colin Dodo, was onto something big with this. This book really is an amazing find, and I'm sure we'll be able to reach the Underland with this. I just know it. We need to figure out its meaning before it's too late.
Too late for what?
Listen, Buana. The thugs who broke into the university and chased us from the charter are dead serious on covering their tracks. We must get into port and find some answers before they silence every last lead to their dirty operation.
Reaching the Underland?
Shh, Buana, stop talking so loud about it. Yes, of course we're trying to reach the Underland. That's why we need this book. Something real crooked is going on down there, and I'm hell-bent on finding out what it is.
And that's our exposition for today. Well,
Ito, brother, how you doing, man?
I'm okay, Buana. Just a little seasick. I think I'm gonna lie here for a while.
Of course,
I
man.
do hope
Got
he
this
finds a
covered.
space without any cacti on it.
Hey, can I borrow that screwdriver?
Sure, man. Sort yourself out.
Thanks, buddy.
No problemo, Buona. Go drive them screw.
Another um, nod to the Secretary Ava in Grim Fandango, I do believe.
Perfect. This is probably exactly what Joe needs.
Hey, Buona. I thought tinkering with the airplane was my job.
No, no. Your job is fixing the airplane.
Gotta keep your priorities straight. That's true. Oh yeah.
I guess we won't need our makeshift safety belts anymore. But the duct
Makeshift
might still
safety
affect my
belts. Oh, I'd actually forgotten that. Oh wow. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, we have a compass, and that is part of what Joe needs. I'll hold on to it for a while longer, though.
What's this? Ouch!
I like how he
Wires are
smiles,
dangerous.
even after poking just live wires. Well,
That's glass.
he's not wrong. Let's see. Do we go? Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Can we get
It's locked.
through? I don't think we can. Oh, yeah, we could. Sweet.
Let's get this window off. Ha-ha!
I don't think we can reach the key though, but we're gonna try. Okay,
Can't reach the key to that.
never mind. Let's come back later.
Hello? Captain? It's no use. He's fast asleep. Can't reach it.
Okay. Now we go here. And I doubt you'll be able to see it in the video, but there is something... Well, a guy here. Okay, that's just... And the suspense.
Light! Beautiful light! Kitten slashed the wires. Said we have to conserve energy. He's taking it too far. Oh, this darkness is horrible. Just thinking about all those scary things out in the mist is driving me mad.
What scary things?
Pirates! Bloodthirsty pirates! Not to mention the eels. All ones are friendly enough, but big ones. Oh, the big ones. I don't want to think about it. Maybe we're back in Port Archie.
There are pirates out there?
You kidding me? You never heard of the Sicilians? Nastiest pirates there are. Cursed these mists into all of us who work it. They hack and slash their way through any vessel they encounter, no matter the flag. Oh, it's a bloody mess when they're done. Stay clear of the Sicilians if you want to keep your body parts. That's all I'm saying, mate. They're a bloodthirsty lot.
Eaten by eels? Really?
Really? You never heard about the Hungries? Heard tales of them swallowing entire ships, twice the size of this one.
You mean a giant eel could pop up and eat us at any minute now?
Well, as long as there's a charge left in our batteries, we should be okay. Legend has it they never come close when you got your lights on. It's what happens when we run out of fuel and everything goes dark that scares me.
Tell me about Port Arthur.
It's the only town down here under St. Armando. As far as I know, at least. The home port of most ships work in the mist. Sometimes the fog lifts, but most of the time it's just completely enveloped in a thick, soupy fog. It's no happy place. It's certainly better than being stuck out here. There's warmth there. And food! Wonderful food! Oh, crikey, mate. Oh, it's cracking stuff. See you around.
Okay, he's sitting there with the
Hey, look, a loose spring.
yeah, with the blanket over his head.
Someone's eye out.
Gimbo. Okay, that's a name. Let's see now. Okay, let's see if we can get to the captain this time. Now that we have a spring.
Oh boy. Sometimes I'm
Because
so smart, I
MacGyver.
surprise myself.
Ta-da!
Looks like he finished a whole bottle of that nasty eel rinse.
Yep.
Wonder he's out cold.
The captain's knocked out on eel rinse.
Hey, it's a navigation.
Lost. A Mister's Guide to Navigation. By R. U. Fucked. Yeah, I think this is a nod to back in Monkey Island 1, where you gave a Mr. Lemonhead a pamphlet about getting ahead. Very memorable title, but I digress. This is actually sort of a hint book throughout this game. Let's see here. So this is just for atmosphere, really. In the brave words of the fearless Captain Mabima, perhaps the most legendary of all misters, prowl the fog for its priceless fruits. Bring on the darkness and hardship. I will catch it in my net and bleed it with my spear. He summarizes the strength and will of the proud thing that it is to be a mister. A hard-working sailor whose passion, nay destiny, it is to work the glorious darkness of the never-ending fog for another catch of glorious eel. To this spirit, I dedicate this Mister's Guide. And, yeah, typos happen. Deal with it. Homeport. The town of Port R2 has a long history as a misting, eel trolling town and was in fact founded for that very purpose. As the misting industry grew, so did the town of Port R2. It has now grown to a more diversified place, with cliff mining and various industrial processing plants blooming up by the dozen. With its notorious virtually never-ending fog, the port town has garnered a reputation as an exotic, but also depressing place to live. During the great mist rush of the Golden Age, the mayor was known to fake sunshine in every single photo op in order to give the city less of a gloomy image. Fig 2A, the Port R2 Lighthouse. A literal, proud, shining beacon representing and enabling the misting industry, the Port R2 Lighthouse has enabled misters to never worry about straying too far without finding their way back to port. A highly unique engineering marvel with its legendary custom-constructed dual-swiveled 3-joint axis. That was a bit hard to say, really. The catch. Though commonly associated with eel trawling, the mist surrounding Port R2. Capital letters, boys. They are a thing that should occur. Surrounding Port R2 feature a rich abundance of mistal life harvested for its various qualities. Most of the mist catch is sold off to upbound vessels to meet the growing demand for mist-related produce, such as eel and mist barnacles, while some stays in Port R2 for further refining. The McFerrin Eel Rinse Distillery is a Port R2-based processing plant and a proud example of how the town has started upon the long road of independence from the city of St. Armando. Figure 3A, eel. And there are teeth, there are tentacles, and it looks surprisingly normal for a sea creature. By far the most common and flexible catch, eel provides meat, oil, and silth, the main ingredient in the spirit known as eel rinse. Figure 3B, mist lobster. Oh. It's bigger and it has claws. or pincers. The mist features an abundance of crustaceans, all of which are regarded as delicacies beyond compare to their ocean-born relatives. Because video games. Figure 3C, barnacles. Mist barnacles are in fact never actually caught, but always shaved off of the hull once back in port, then ground into flour for the traditional baking of barnacle crackers. Figure 3D, mistweed. Similar to common seaweed, some types of mistweed contain high levels of nutrients and make for excellent herbal spaghetti-like substitutes. Incidentally, seaweed tends to contain natural sodium glutamates, umami and stuff. So if you want your umami without your E621 additive, go cook some seaweed. The Japanese do. Just some specific types of seaweed, mind you. Some you probably don't want to trust too much, really. Seaweed is an untrustworthy lot. Equipment. Mist trawlers are solely built for working the mist and not the ocean. Due to their immense hull draft, they cannot traverse the locks of Las Cuevas and thus never channel up to St. Armando. Figure 4A, mist trawler on the left and ocean trawler on the right, hull comparison. Yup. That is a keel and a half, and a dozen more besides. Furthermore, outbound vessels used for imports and exports from St. Armando deploy advanced ballast tanks for buoyancy control, thus enabling them to navigate both mist and water with a moderately low risk of capsizing. How delightful. Figure 4B, a net, a harpoon, and a mist spindle. Smaller eel are generally caught by a traditional dragnet technique, while larger eel requires the deployment of multiple harpoons. Harpooning eels. That is a thing. Mist spindles are used for smaller catch, such as pewds and crimps. Due to the highly reliable Port R2 lighthouse, losing one's way in the mist has become increasingly difficult. The lighthouse has proven so reliable, in fact, that many a vessel no longer carry the common equipment generally associated with navigation. Following is a list of such equipment. Barometer indicates depth, compass indicates bearings, chart indicates location. The marker descriptions on the opposite page are used to cross-reference with the chart on the following spread. These are the marker descriptions. Note that you don't actually have to learn them, I think, but they are there for reference. Model after actual sea navigation aids, I think they're called, just in case someone don't navigate the seas very often. Anyway, here is the map, and there's Port R2. I think we are located about here, in actual fact. Note these symbols here. They are relevant for the end game, actually. Celestial navigation. More drink. And for wonder, I am only drinking water. Oh wow, and the video is getting long. But bear with me. We are not far from the end of the book, so that's good. And then I'm actually going to end the video anyway, so if you find this book boring, just skip ahead. Do yourself a favor. Anyway, the heavens have long been used as a means of locating one's location on the high seas. Not the ideal phrasing, but I digress. Applying this technique in the mist, however, becomes more difficult, as odds are you won't ever actually see any stars. The path star, though technically not a star, its actual physical attributes being hotly debated, is often used as a reference point when deciding one's location. Depending on the star's location in the heavens as compared to a celestial navatorium, one's latitude and longitude can then be deduced using the age index on the following page. Locating the Path Star. The Path Star moves across the heavens in a repeating pattern. Because of this, sailors have been able to develop an age index used to locate the Path Star location with the help of time. That could have been cleaned up a bit as well, I suppose. So, between 1 and 5 a.m. is the path of the leaf, and yada yada yada. Oh, hey, that's a comma instead of a period. There as well. Jesus, guys, come on. This is, again, going to be relevant in the end game, like the final 20 minutes or so. I think we'll be looking at the path of the wave then. But, well, anyway, some constellations here. These are not quite sure what, but they are a thing that are relevant to something. And this is a monkey because Monkey Island. This is a giraffe because giraffes are giraffes. A snake and an elephant. Yeah, you know, these two pictograms right here, they are so Theodore Van, oh, Theo Van. Fuck me, I should pronounce his name like, you know, like proper. Well, anyway, this is actually important, but only in the end of the game. If you want this around for puzzle solving purposes, you might want to keep this video bookmarked. I don't think you can actually access the navigation book at the time you need to, well, look at this picture. Or, well, looking at this picture would help. I mean, you can obviously solve the game without referencing that. But anyway, Dangers of the Mist. It is no secret that the mist has taken many a life from many a brave sailor. The dangers are many and the risks loom over every ship that leaves the safety and comfort of home port. The Hungries. Any experienced mister will tell you that the biggest danger of them all is running into the Hungries. These are the adult eel and generally can only be found in great depths of the mist. The risk in running into Hungries on normal trawling depth, however, is very low, especially when taking good caution to keep lights on at all times. The Cliffs. A far more common and perhaps less exotic demise is running into cliffs or running into cliffs or any other rubble that's strewn out across the fog. A notorious area for this is the Outer Cross, where navigation becomes virtually impossible without hitting rock one way or another. Piracy. The Outer Cross is also notorious for harboring a vast network of pirates and other criminal gangs, who become virtually untouchable in the maze-like cliffs that make up the area. The pirates regularly perform raids on commercial vessels, making their way to and from the Las Cuevas locks. And that is the end of the book. And that is going to be the end of this episode. And at the beginning of the next one, we give this stuff, the compass and the book, to the Joe. See you then, boys and girls, and stuff. Bye now.